Hey everyone, welcome back to Ramageddon. I'm Lee, and thanks for joining me again. Today we're going to be looking at the rest of Wave 1 of the Mighty Masters, He-man and Skeletor. And today I'm going to be looking at the other two characters in the Mighty Masters lineup. So got a really good reaction to the last video, and I thought, well, I better actually go and pick up the other two characters, right? So we can see what the whole wave is like. So here we have He-man and Skeletor already out of their boxes, and we'll just take a quick look at them and see what it's all about. So we'll start by looking at Skeletor, Evil Lord of Destruction, looking very vintage, very classic. Notice he doesn't have his boots painted all the way back, so a little bit of a nod to the half boot variant. One thing I will say, I do like the bare feet. That's a look that I really do like for Skeletor. Very vintage looking head sculpt. Standard articulation on this, much like the others. As you can tell from my hands, these are pretty small. We'll do a comparison later to some other figures. Now, these two, unlike the other ones in the first video, actually include the vintage Power Punch spring waist, so that's interesting. This belt's a separate piece, same articulation, and slightly different to the vintage with the armor, but I think I do quite like this covered in back look. So that's Skeletor, and he comes with his Havoc staff, which is very nicely sculpted. It's got a little bit of light strapping detail there, and a little bit extra detail at the bottom, so it's actually not a bad upgrade. Obviously he's using He-man's hands, so we get the braces painted in purple, but I think overall it looks really good. So that's Skeletor. And up next is He-man, the man of the hour, the man of the power. So he comes with his very classic looking power sword, very much like the Origins version, I would say. Fits in his hand, fits in both hands actually, for whatever reason. Of course we didn't get any more accessories, this is all he comes with, one sword. And just like Skeletor, he's got the classic Power Punch. Now, the armor is removable, and this is a design that we've sort of seen. I think we saw this in Origins, and it's sort of first introduced in the Classics line, which I think looks quite good. And, of course, you can stow the power sword there. So He-man's looking pretty good. The braces are painted, no paint on the belt. 4 squares on the armor as opposed to the classic 3, and a really nice looking vintage head sculpt. When you think of the paint detail, it's pretty good. There's actually a little bit of white there in the eyes, unlike the vintage toy. And of course this armor is including the little sheath at the back, which I think we saw with Origins, and just like those toys, it's easily removed. I say easily and then I'm struggling to get it off. Okay, so that did come off. I had to stretch this bottom strap here over the boots. Obviously he's got sort of oversized arms, feet, so it was a bit of a struggle here. It's quite wide there, and it was quite hard to stretch it over that. Didn't stress the plastic any, so that's all good. And again, just like Man-at-Arms, this is just like the basic body, the basic buck that they'll be using for the bulk of the figures, I hope. So, looking very powerful. And that's He-man. So one thing I've noticed with Skeletor is, I think that it is actually a ball joint in there. And I think I can just see it, because you can actually get a little bit of movement quite easily there. So that's interesting. What was that, Skeletor? That was weak. And more than that to stop the most powerful man in the universe. And see what He-man's action features like. Not bad. So here we have the Wave 1 lineup. Action features, we got mace smashing Man-at-Arms, we got power punching He-Man, Skeletor's, of course Beastman. So that's Wave 1. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you'd like to see a little bit more in-depth review, you should check out the Two Barbarians. It's a YouTube channel that I started with my friend Wade about a year ago. We cover a lot of different things: Master of the Universe, G.I. Joe, WWF, Golden Era figures, just everything. We've both got pretty extensive collection, and we just like to showcase our toys and talk about them and do a bit of a deep dive. So please check that out. I will leave a link for that in the description. And let me know in the comments what else you'd like me to cover on this channel. This channel is going to be primarily based around Galaxy Warriors and various 5.5 Motu styled knockoffs, so stay tuned for some of that. But there would be lots of Master of the Universe in between.